Fumbling a girl. It's basically when either you try to talk to a girl and something goes wrong, or you try to get a girl's number, something goes wrong. You try to talk to her and just something goes wrong. Now that we all know what a fumble is, I'm going to talk about one of the most horrific fumbles I've ever had. So I may have exaggerated it in the beginning part. The fumble wasn't that bad compared to I've only fumbled like about 3 times. Actually 4 times. As I was making this video about how I somehow fumbled again. Comment down below if y'all want to hear that video. Like, as I was making the video about fumbling, I fumbled again. I'm cooked. So this is another video with the math gang from my first video on this channel. Chris, Xavier, and Patrick. And there was also somebody else in this class. A girl who looked pretty pretty to me. So I was like, I'm gonna see if I can shoot my shot at her. Or at least try to talk to her at the most. And then I was talking to Chris and Xavier about my game plan. And Patrick was off doing, I don't know, some sort of side quest. I don't know. Patrick just be doing stuff. I don't know. And it was like, all right, so you see that? She reads manga. So you need to start to get to know manga a little bit. No, I don't need to know manga because I like a girl who likes manga. Yes, you do. Wait, hear me out. So it's good that I don't know manga, because if I get to know her and then I'm like, what manga is that? Or I ask a question about the manga, she's going to be like, you don't know about manga? And then she's going to start to talk to me about manga, and that's going to build our relationship. And then later, like 1 to 2 days after that conversation, I decided that I was going to do it today, or whichever day it was. So I wanted to do it at the end of class so I could like kind of have time to think the whole time of class, like as we were lining up. So it comes, right? And then Chris, Xavier, and Patrick are just like, do it. And I'm getting ready to do it. But they're just glazing. They were just not hop off. So I was just like, you know what? No thinking, no nothing. I just went up to her immediately, because if I didn't, they were gonna keep yapping about it. So I walked up to her and I was just like, hello, I like your shoes. And bruh, guess what she did? She didn't say anything. She didn't do anything. She just looked at me and turned around. Like we were making dead eye contact. And then I just took the L, right? And I walked back to my place in line. And bruh, Chris, Xavier, and Patrick just started laughing, which is fair, I guess. It's fair. But bruh, to make it even worse, bruh, so she was in front of me in line, right? And I turned around to talk to Chris and Patrick. Xavier, Chris, and Patrick. And then they were like, oh, she's right behind you. And they said it so loud. Like I swear she heard them. And it's like, bro, shh. Stop talking so loud. And then that was it. I kind of just spent the rest of the day just thinking about the L. And then after as I was working on this video, getting to the end of editing it and like drawing all this stuff, it was math class. We were talking, and then they were like, oh, are you still trying to shoot your shot at some like other girl I used to like? And I was like, no. And then they were like, what about? And then they I was talking to Xavier, and Xavier would started kind of not pointing, but with his head leaning his head towards the girl in this video, because she sits behind us. And I was like, no. And then Chris gives me some news, and it was like, oh, actually, she's gay.
Is this nigga serious?
And I was like, bruh, how you know? And then it was like something like, they were like, are you gay? Or like, do something if you're gay. And then she did the thing. So, bruh, I kind of just took the L. She's probably like gay and not even into guys. So, I just took the L to the chin. And yeah, that was the worst fumble I've ever had. It's not the worst fumble I've ever had. That was a clickbait title. I have some like worse fumbles that I'll probably make a video about eventually. Like as I said in this video, as I was making this video about fumbling, I fumbled again. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Took a little while to animate this. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Peace.